Good. Okay, that's great. My name is Malaku Haile. I'm a program manager here at Microsoft, and this is.
My name is Hanan Ibrahim, and I'm a software engineer at Microsoft.
So what we're going to go over today is the group discussion topics and the ways to really understand exactly what the purpose of learning soft skills and work skills are. So briefly, we're going to go over what that is exactly. So work skills are the ones that are technical based, things that you have to study over time repetitively. And it's a skill that is recognizable. Usually recognizable because it's something that you've learned. For example, math skills. Listen actively in school and in work, you'd have a very rough personal life, right? You should listen all the time to whenever people are talking to you, whenever you have interactions with one another. These are lifelong skills. That's basically what soft skills are. Other type of skills are speaking so others can understand, cooperating with others, resolving conflict and negotiating.
They're not, there's some skills, whether they're not able to critically think or maybe resolve conflict with others. So it's really important that the youth develop these skills earlier on, and so they don't lack opportunities for work in the future. So people also expect that these skills that you'll always learn them in school, and for each table they're assigned a question to then present to the room. So you'll have one person from your table present that. All right, so part one. So communication skills. Is your youth able to gather, process, and use information by observing his or her environment? So a person receives and processes information from a multitude of reasons.
Discussing so far. So you guys talked about interpersonal skills with Hanan. Here we're going to be talking about decision-making skills. So one question is, when given a task, is your youth able to plan a course of action? Not every task a youth will be asked to do on the job will come with a clear set of instructions. Have you guys ever been asked to do something and you don't know exactly what that person wants you to do? Right? If someone told you do A, and you're like, wait, hold up, okay, how? And they don't give you any instructions and you've been left confused. So what this slide is talking about is having the capability of trying to navigate your way through the task at hand.
Improve, see how they're gonna give them tests to improve. Yeah. And then you do support in regulations by because let's say you give them a task to do to help improve that skill. You don't want to overdo it, because if they do that, they end up losing interest, and then they do not, and they see it as more of a chore, and then they're less likely to want to do it, or they will rebel. So then you do it you do this for 1 hour, every so often, to kind of keep them in a circle, in a constant pattern. And yeah.
Thank you. All right, thank you. What was your name?
Abel.
Thank you, Abel. Group 2? Where's group 2?
So two of them are going to start together. Is going to take the same amount of time?
No problem.
Okay.
All right. So
Lydia and
yeah, come on up.
These
Okay.
two high school students, so they are middle school. So
No problem. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can come up.
Yeah.
So for group 2, the question was, does your youth convey ideas using written language or through other technologies? Okay, and then start off by saying your name and then kind of talk about what your group's about.
Hello, my name is Beto, and
I'm Lydia. In our group, we talked about encouraging each other to read, because different books are written in different styles, so we can each learn from those different styles of writing to write our own ideas in those different ways to communicate them differently.
we also found out that we were expressing ourselves throughout emails and mostly throughout technologies. So we were talking about how when we have homeworks or stuff, we use written language basically, and then we have emails as well. So we use a mixture of both of them. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. And we have group 3 doing the interpersonal skills question. All right, you're coming up. So the question for this group was, is your youth able to show others how to do a task? So, there you go.
So yeah, our youth is, I guess, because it's really helpful to show other people how to do tasks, because it helps us ourselves get better, especially academically. So we can help basically by focusing on the relevant points, go straight through, not like, I mean, it's okay to get off topic sometimes, that's what makes it fun, but like, it would be good to stay on topic, focused. And also, it's great to know the task well before you try to reach it, so don't just go in blindly.
Thank you, Evan. All right, and then for group 4, who'll be speaking on your behalf? All right, come on up. Well, it's question 5, but yeah. Okay. So the question for this group is your youth effective in advocating for what he or she thinks should be done and influencing others towards that point of view? So start by introducing yourself and then answer the question.
My name is Sarak, and in our group we discussed about how we could advocate for our groups in our society or in our schools. Zach is in a math club and he's learning like extra math. And if there's a student in his class, he could be able to advocate and lead him into a brighter way of interpreting math. Because if someone's struggling, they might say, oh, this is tough, I don't want to do it anymore. But then, since Zach is taking those extra math classes after school, he could be able to lead his classmate or someone that's struggling into a better point of view. And Alda is in ASB, and she takes her classmates' thoughts, and then they discuss about it and how to make things better in their classes. That's big, advocating and changing people's point of view, because they might feel like they don't belong in the beginning, but then at the end of their meeting, they can be able to change different point of views and be able to influence other students to believe in themselves and continue on strong. And one of the parents at our table, JD, he said that they live for our children to be better than they were, to have a better image, because they came to America to advocate for us, to make us have like a better school and careers. And that helps us influence and change our point to become a better version of ourselves. To see that we have a reason behind everything that we do to make our parents proud of us. We learned that we could be able to change our point of views just by what our parents did and struggled to become successful, and to give us a bit of a background so we could become better than what they were and support them. And that's all we discuss in our group.
All right, and then for the last question, we have group number 5 doing question number 6. So, does your child use their creativity? And he said, you got this, right? Are you both coming up here? That's fine. Oh, okay, come on up.
My name is Noah, and for the question, it was, how can you help your children express their creativity? And I thought of parents just making some kind of project or assignment for their